Hey, this video is for a master material workflow that I set up in Unreal. It uses a combination of editor utility widgets as well as Python. And it's mostly a menu system that will open up a UI ultimately at the end to actually do the operation. And so the toolset idea is that we already have our materials applied when we brought the asset over into Unreal. They're just normal materials, but I want to create an instance of this master material right here, mgrass master. And I want to take the textures from these existing materials, feed them into that material, and then use it on these assets. So I kind of want to, make an instance of this, but I want to take the textures from mgrass flower, and then I want to apply that new material instance to the existing assets. Because we might have several assets in here that are using that old material. So I'll go ahead and just walk through the full workflow and explain as I go. The first part is I have to mark my master material. So it's a right-click menu, and near the bottom of the material selection in the content browser, there's a new section for master materials. And the first one is mark as master material. So this will let me pick a more user-friendly display name for it, because we don't always want the full name in there. We might want something more easier to read in there. So for this example, I don't really need master in the name because it's already a master material. I really don't need the M in there because I'm just marking it as, this is the grass master material. If I'm doing grass or anything, plant related, I probably want this material. So I'll go ahead and hit OK, and it's now registered in the system as grass. So the next part is basically you would select the material you want to wrap with the master material, and you would go to the apply master material and select it. Now for this example right here, it's grayed out because I'm trying to apply grass to itself. You wouldn't really want to do the full tool set. It would just be, make a material instance if you want it to work that way. But what I do want to do is I want to go to where these textures live. Get out of here. Sorry. So I, found these in the content browser, and these are the ones I want to actually wrap, to replace, and use. So this is where I would actually go ahead and on mGladys flower, apply master material, grass. And so this will give me a quick pop-up that basically gives me all of the parameters in that master material. And it will let me pick textures from the material I am replacing. So each of these are texture parameters on the instance I'm about to make, and it will let me replace any of them if I want to. So for texture, I click on the dropdown, and currently it's on tgrass003. I want to go ahead because this is the normal texture. I probably want tGladys leaf right here, and I get a little preview over here as well. And you can even click on it as well to go to it in the content browser if you want. And you'll see, it did brighten up a little bit just to kind of, hey, we changed it from the default. The default which is coming from the master material. So for the ORM, I think this was T-base mask, if I remember right. I can see myself here. And then normal, it's actually the same as the default here, that, on this other material, but I'll go ahead and click it anyways. It still kind of stayed grayed out, and that's kind of letting you know that it's still the same as the master materials, why it's kind of a bit transparent almost. So yeah, you get the options there, and then you have the options for replacing the mesh references. So this will go through all the mesh references that are using the old material, and it'll use the new instance material when it's created. So I'll go ahead and hit that button, and you'll see that actually already updated over here. And if I click on this other asset as well, we can see that it also is applied. So both of these references are now using material instance grass Gladys flower. So it's a combination of the master material name and then the original name of the material up here. And I can do the same thing for the other one. So, right click on it, apply master material. And even if I click on the wrong one, once I'm in the UI on the top drop down, I can go ahead and switch it back over to grass. So for this one, tGladys is my texture, ORM, base mask, normal, yep. Cool, I'll go ahead and replace. And that is how easy it can be to create material instances from your master materials and then replace all of your assets that were using the old ones. And it does also open up the editor for these material instances. So, I just did really quickly the textures. That was really what I wanted to capture from that previous material. But now I can go ahead and get into the nitty gritty details like, the speed, specular, or any of the other parameters that were on there that I didn't care as much about bringing over from that previous material. So yeah, that is the workflow. It involves marking assets as master materials and then using that UI to create a new instance where you can bring over the textures from the old material onto the new instance.